Hi guys, Thomas and Friends 47 here. Today we're taking a look at the Thomas and Friends Animal Friends 10 pack. Now this is a very interesting pack. To be honest, I didn't even know it was out already, but my mom found it for me at my local Target. She got it for me as a get well present because I've been a little bit under the weather lately. Anyway, the package is very interesting. It's what we've come to know from this new style packaging. I like it. It's a little bit plain in some spots, but other than that, it's not too bad. Anyway, let's take a look at the item out of the box. So the first item is this Panda Thomas. Now, I like the bamboo and I like the panda bear. I like the little ears there as well. I think it's cute. It's just a little bit on the plain side. And that's something that I have a concern with this entire pack. But we'll get that in a second. Here's the other side with the panda. The back's rather plain, but we're used to that now. And then the top has that bamboo printing up there. The bottom has Thomas's name printed on the bottom, but not the new style. Now, here he is with Annie and Clarabelle. I want to show this for a size comparison between the two. They do look a little bit squished, though. On the sides, you'll see that the only way to distinguish these as Annie and Clarabelle is their names on the side. The windows aren't filled in or anything. I do like the faces, like that nice giraffe printing, and the eyelashes are done very well as well. Here's the other side, and here's the back, but it's a little bit plain, as usual. Here's the roof with a little bit of printing on top for giraffe ears. And then here's the bottom. Alright, next is this cargo car with a giraffe. Now, the cargo car itself, here's a size comparison between Thomas, and it's a bit tall. Here it is between a Trackmaster Thomas, which I like it better with the Trackmaster. You also notice that this car has a little bit different of a texture. It's not smooth feeling like the other paint is. It's more of a textured feel to it, and I actually like that because it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Here's the back, and then here's the inside of the car. It has some depth to it, which surprised me. And here's the bottom of the car. And then, of course, the cargo is carrying the giraffe. Now, this giraffe is done very well, and to be honest with you, if I didn't know that it came with this Thomas pack, I wouldn't think this was Thomas. Like, it was done very well. I wish the hooves were painted, but other than that, it's not so bad. But it does have a lot of detail for what it is, especially considering it's like a secondary piece. It's not really the main focus. But yeah, I do think they did a good job on that. The bottom is hollowed out, though. Alright, now that we've seen the giraffe, let's take a look at the next engine, which is Monkey Percy. Now, you'll see little monkeys here on the side, the vine detail, things like that. You'll see the ears there on the side, and then, of course, Percy's face that has that nice trim around it. Here's the other side, with just a little bit different variation in printing. Here's the back, which is kind of plain, but again, we're used to that now. Here's the top. Nice detail there. And then here's the bottom. Again, that old style of printing. Alright, and then here is Hung Mei. Now, she is painted in a beautiful peacock pattern. I really do like that. I think they put a lot of detail there. Also, a little bit of piston detail on the side. On the front, you'll see that she also has peacock feathers toward the top of her forehead, which I think is cool, and a painted headlamp. And then here's the other side, which is basically the same. And then the back, which is kind of plain, but I do like that lamp detail. And then the coal bunker there. And then here's the top. Again, minimalistic detail, but still very nice. I like the back detail with the peacock feathers. And then there's the bottom. Alright, next is Merlin. Now, Merlin looks really cool. I like the rabbit foot detail and these little fur ridges along the sides. Also his nameplate, which is in the wrong spot, but that's okay. And then here's the other side. You'll see little bunny nose and whiskers, which I think is cute. And then the tender's rather plain. It's all plastic, by the way. You also notice that the tender has a 783 on the tag for the carrots, which I thought was a cute little inclusion. And then here is the back. You also notice that little mold detail there. Alright, and then here's the top. A little bit plain, but that's alright. And then here's the bottom. Alright, next is Fiery Flynn. Now, to be honest with you, it takes a moment to notice Flynn's paint, because really he only has an elephant ear on the side, which really, if you weren't looking at it closely, you would just think was the door. The back has a little bit more printing, though, on the trailer with the elephants, which is nice. Here's the front. The other side. I do like this detail with the ladder and then the gold parts there. You can see the other elephant on that side with the yellow stripe going through. Very nice. And then here's the back. And now for the top. Now you'll notice up here the little water detail there, but Flynn's kind of plain which is a little bit odd. And then on the bottom, you'll see that Flynn's trailer has molded detail in, where the vehicle itself just has the printing. You also notice that the ladder moves, and it can actually hold its shape pretty well. So you can put it at an angle, you don't have to worry about it falling down too much. That's the maximum height that it can go right there. Anyway, that's Flynn. Let's take a look at the next character, Birdie. Now, Birdie is also rather plain. You just have this little bit of a koala bear print, which is nice. It's not my favorite, but it's nice. And then here's the front. I like the detail there. I just wish there was something else there to match this theme. Here's a koala on the other side. The back, which is way too plain. The top, and then of course the bottom. You also see he has molded detail as well with his name there. Alright, and next is Harold. Now, Harold looks nice. It's a little bit plain with just the bird feathers, but it is nice. And then you'll see that there, which I think is cool because, you know, birds fly, so Harold flies. It's a subtle nod, a little bit of a playful one. Here's the other side, again, basically the same, with the name and marker light. And then here's the back, the top, and the bottom. You'll notice there's a little bit of grass powder there, but that's from my layout, or from the review board. Alright, so what do I think of this pack? It's a large 10 pack. There's a lot going on. What do I think about it? To be honest with you, I think it's a little bit underwhelming. And this is why. Fisher-Price has done these themes several times over. And I mean several times over. But this one just feels a bit too plain. Like, Birdie's a little bit plain. I wish they would have done something more than just the koala in the little corner there. Same way with Harold. You know, if they're going to do an animal theme, at least go all out on it. Give us a little bit more detail. Like, I would have loved to have seen Harold with a beak, or Birdie with some koala bear ears. Something like that would have been fun. And I think would have matched this theme a little bit better. The other thing is, you know, if you're deciding on purchasing this, it depends on the modeler. You know, if you want something more fun and more lighthearted, then I would go with this. But if you're looking for something more prototypical, I would probably go with the Skiff the Railboat set. Just because it's around the same price range, and it's a little bit more detailed, I think, than this. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see y'all again very soon. Bye for now!